Hey, stranger, what up, wombats? It's been a while, I know, man. Been quite busy. Get to work. Chill, Sterling. Technically, I am working. Yo, what's good? What's poppin', man? I ain't paying you to YouTube. Oh man, we got some catching up to do, man. I've been quite busy. Quite busy. Let's see who else up in here. 6 people. What's up, man? I ain't gonna hold y'all. I just woke up not long ago. So if I don't seem super like lively, that's why. I'm still idling at 1,000 RPM. Let's just put it like that. I'm proud of you. I appreciate that, Sterling. I've been working, man. Where you at, man? I'm in a undisclosed location. I'm doing things differently. If y'all hadn't noticed, I finally put it out there that I left the regime. Left the regime. I said, "Yep, I left the regime." No longer under the bosom of the mega carrier. You know, I have my reasons for that. I don't know when or if I'll actually discuss what happened with that, but it was that time. It was just time to go. So that unknowingly pushed me into a better position, though. So I mean, kind of played it against them. But I did notice a couple of congratulations. I appreciate you, dog. I did notice a couple of comments about wanting a video of how exactly I quit, and I might do it because doing what I'm doing now, I'll more likely than not have a lot more downtime. It gives me more time to edit. But I am teaming though, teaming with one of my best friends, so that's cool. You left the regime, and I'm leaving the industry to take up a trade. That's what's up, dog. What's good? What's poppin', man? I've been in class for like a week. It's no joke, man. I'm doing. We had to shift into some specialized stuff, so I got the credentials for it. Ain't no sense in staying with Prime running Walmart loads and freaking JBS and that kind of thing. I'm capable of more, so I want to do more. And I've noticed on this side of things, the more specialized it is, I'll put it like this: the more specialized it is, the more paperwork it is. So a lot of what I do now is paperwork and security, basically. So can't go too into detail because there's repercussions behind that, so I can't say too much. But it's it's not normal. It's not normal at all. It's like you guys got to think. Right, first off, I'm a company driver. I'm an employee, but I'm sitting in this hotel room and I'm getting paid to do that. I haven't turned a mile yet. Prime is just cycling the drain, wide right to the end. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. And my thing is, it's I have no hate for Prime as a whole because I started my career. You're doing DoD freight. I ain't say all that, but I I started my career with Prime. They did give me the opportunity, and that opportunity led me to this point that I'm at now. So they helped me really change my life. I have beef with a handful of the higher ups there. Like there's a couple people there that I just flat don't fuck with, and I don't want to be there no more. So, but DOD, I mean, it's not off the table. You know, it's not off the table. But a lot of what I do is specialized hazmat stuff. So, it's no joke. Plus, I can run internationally, and I can run to Alaska with this place. So that high value freight, it's not regular stuff. It's not regular at all. At all. Can't hate on Omega. They serve their purpose, and you learn exactly. Now I understand why people say, "Oh, that's a company that you just start with and you leave." Because after my experience with them, and they got plaques of people that been there 3-4 million miles, and I'm like, to me, that's kind of depressing. That's just me personally. I don't feel like any of these, not just Prime, but Warner and CR England, and I don't feel like any company with a school attached to it should get that many years out of anybody. Future Ice Road Trucking, not Ice Roads, the Alaska Highway. I don't know if I'm gonna do it, but my co-driver, like I said, he's one of my best friends, and he knows me better than a lot of people. So he knows how to convince me to do dumb shit that I'm skeptical about. Basically by attacking my ego. It's the funniest thing. Like they asked us about it. They said, "Okay, how do you feel about Canada?" I said, "Oh, I'll run Canada year round." And they were like, "Okay, well, how do you feel about Alaska, summer only or year round?" At first, I said summer only, and then this dude goes, "Damn, I didn't know I was working with an underachiever." And I looked at him. I'm like, "Sign us up all year." So yeah. Phoenix is gonna have superpowers soon. I might. Anyone with over 1 million miles out of Mega is short bus. I agree. I agree. I mean, do what works for you at the end of the day, but yeah. How long do you work? Well, I'll put it to you this way. So this company will have me booked basically for an entire week, and I'm only booked to Thursday. I'm not gonna get anything over the weekend at all. So I'm probably gonna be sitting after because I'm gonna leave. What's today? Saturday. So I'm gonna leave tomorrow evening. And we got a couple of loads. We gotta head to one location, a couple 100 miles to the next, deadhead a few hundred, and then that load is gonna be like 2,000 something miles, something stupid like that. It's going toward Nevada, but after that final drop is on Thursday, so I'll probably be sitting Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. But I'm salary. It doesn't make a difference to me. And how long do you work? Oh, I already answered that. Manipulation into more money. Yeah, he knows me. He knows me pretty well. So it's kind of messed up because like I'm real sly with a lot of things that I do, and it don't work because we're so similar. He actually freaking took my car. I don't care, but dude went to Target. I ain't feel like going out. How long have you been working and do you enjoy it? I have been a truck driver for 4.5 years. This is the only second company that I've worked with. So I've been at Prime 4.5 years. And I only just quit like what, a week ago, something stupid like that. This company also paid me for everything I did to quit, so that was great. What's happening? Shoot, I'm chilling, man. Just killing time, sitting in this hotel room. It honestly feels good to not have to pay for none of this stuff for a little while because I've been a lease out for years, and now it's just like, let me relax. And what they pay is consistently more than what I was doing over the past few years. So I'm chilling. I need a TWIC card. I've been missing out on loads. I do have a TWIC card. You gotta have a lot of stuff to do what I do. Where the baddies at? Chill. We trying to be responsible citizens. But yeah, you gotta have TWIC passport. There are certain permits, certain clearances and stuff that you have to have. So it's not normal. It's not easy. I won't go too into it, but I will say there is more to trucking than general freight. Good to see you be able to de-stress a bit. Yeah, man, I've been I've been getting my behind kicked, man. Things just started falling back into place, and I'm appreciative of that. When you gonna let me teach you to drive a manual? Dude, whenever I have the time, I would love to learn. Is your job hard? It's tedious. It's not hard, it's just very tedious. There's a lot of paperwork. You could have a stack of paperwork like that thick. That's no joke. You got to go through all of that. There's a lot of regulations and nonsense. Not only that, but I'm dealing with the regulations between the US and Canada too. So there are certain things that are different, but they do recognize each other in a lot of ways. So it's you just got to be careful. I'm a general freight steering wheel holder. There's nothing wrong with that. It's live. Enjoy the reset before you start the new gig. Yeah, exactly. Yo, these people are so by the book. Yeah, y'all want to, first off, they paid me a lot of money for just orientation. And then they paid me for, like I said, basically everything I did to quit Prime. Because when I decided I was going to leave Prime, there was certain things that I got into a little bit of trouble. We won't get too into it. But at that point, I decided, yeah, I'm done here, right? So I had one day I drove like 10 hours and then I hit that ELDT course. I stayed up for another 6 hours, just finished it in one night. Drove to Georgia, got a load, went to Oklahoma, and then I had to deadhead to Texas. So on my way to Dumas, I stopped in Amarillo to take the actual hazmat test. And I'll do a video going more into detail about exactly what I did, but I took the test in Amarillo, left, passed it, went up to Dumas, got my load on time, went back to Amarillo, did the fingerprints and all that stuff, and then it was just a process to wait for that. So once I had it, I was golden, but they reimbursed me for all the cost of that. They reimbursed me for the gas I put in my car to get here. They freaking paid me another, so that was like $250, and then they paid me another almost $1,800 just for orientation. It was ridiculous. So they've been treating me they're paying for this hotel. I have my truck, but they're like, oh no, you can take a 34. We'll keep you in the hotel till it's over. I said, what? I like y'all. I like y'all a lot. I came in late. Did you switch modalities? I'm sure. Am I reading that right? What's up, Sterling? How much money did they pay? I'm not gonna say how much I get paid. I get paid a couple grand a week. That's about all I'll say about that. Cut the check. I'm broke. You guys hiring? They're not hiring just anybody. Let me tell you what you need. This is what you need, bro. You gotta have a tanker endorsement. You gotta have a hazmat. You have to have at least a year of experience. Can't have any major moving violations within 7 years. So I have a minor speeding ticket in my personal car from my 25th birthday. Nothing crazy. You have to have the ability to get, or at least apply for, there's a couple clearances that they will want you to have, but I won't say specifically what. They would have to tell you about that. And then what else? Ideally, somebody to come here with who can have the same credentials as you. Did I mention TWIC? You gotta have a TWIC card. You have to have that. And a passport, ideally. Yeah, reefer to dry van. So okay, so T-Bone, I'm more flexible on what I can do. So like, what the load I'm taking is two loads. So I have to pick up a flatbed here, take that down to one spot. Then I'm driving, grab the van to another one. That's a van. So I can pull basically anything, but I'm not in any of those like special. Like I'm not in a flatbed fleet, but I can pull a flatbed trailer under certain circumstances. Basically, married to the mile. Greetings, good sir, my guy, my dog. Yeah, that's him. I wouldn't know about half this shit if it wasn't for them. So, clean clearinghouse. That's another one. Clean clearinghouse. I forgot about that. I don't do drugs. I don't think about drugs. Ex-military is a good fit there. Absolutely. Can I bring my truck? Depends. I'm kind of iffy on that. Some can. It depends. Clearances that would allow you to haul radioactive and ammunition. I ain't saying all that. I don't know nothing about radioactive or ammunition. I'm actually, I wonder what would you have to do to get into that? It's hazmat, that's for sure. Do they want you to get a fast card? It would certainly help, and I'm glad you brought that up because I need to. You know what's fucked up is I've been running Canada for years now and never got a fast card. I never went too into detail because with Prime I was doing a lot of high value stuff cross border. So out of respect and security, can't really say what you're doing, but I never got a fast card. Right on. Congrats on your move. I appreciate that, dog. Appreciate it. I'm honestly, the trajectory that my career has taken over the year, I'm glad that it's gone the way that it did. Even though I feel like I probably should have done this sooner, I learned a lot, so I'm not upset. It's so much easier with a fast card. Yeah, I need to apply for one. I need to look into the process of getting that because you're not the first person to mention it to me. It just goes over my head every time. I'll tell you one thing, them cats at the border of Detroit are some assholes. Oh my God. I hate crossing in Detroit. Well, coming back like from Windsor into Detroit. I hate that border. Cologne question. What's up? What's up? All my cologne is at the house. I had to leave it at home. Oh yeah, that's another thing, bro. I took home time to get my license together because I had to get a copy of it that had the X endorsement before I could come over here. And I hopped in the truck and bobtailed all the way to Springfield because I live like 600 miles from Springfield. Is there an expiration date? So in Texas, that endorsement expires when your normal license does. So right now, my license expires next year. So my endorsement expires next year. I'm gonna have to retest when I go to renew it. It's no big deal. I know all the material. It's no problem. I can message you on Instagram about it. It's easy, especially because you're American. If you had my Instagram, yeah, I would appreciate that. Chill on my city. I was born and raised in Detroit. Hey, look, I got no beef with Detroit. I don't like Border Patrol over there. I went there with an empty trailer and I told them it was empty, but my dumb ass, I forgot to turn the reefer off. My mistake. I got searched. You ain't believe me. And they had audacity. Like, what temperature was the load you brought in? Because this was right after I had just delivered a load in Halton Hills. I think it's called Halton Hills, just outside Toronto. I had just delivered there and I was dead heading back to Detroit. I forgot to turn the reefer off. My mistake. So they seen that and they asked me if I was empty. I said, yep. And they were like, pull around. And I was like, fuck. I remember that search. Twan, yeah, he was there. Oh, shoot. CBD in Detroit is straight up racist and a bunch of dicks. Yeah, no, they are. They are. They are. I think the coolest border is Champlain, New York. both ways, they chilling. But you know, as soon as you get into Quebec, everything is French, so that's intimidating. Um, I know you guys that drive local in Michigan cross that border daily. Where you local? Oh man. But no, so being over here, I'm more like I could be up in Yukon territories. Which is exciting for me. That was my biggest thing is, you know, I've been to all lower 48. I haven't seen the entireties of all it. Like I've never seen I-15 in Montana, for example. But over here, I could see that. I could go up into Alberta, you know, BC. What's another province? Saskatchewan. That's a province, right? Or is it Saskatchewan? Shit, let me look at a map before I look stupid. Manitoba, I know that one. But I could see these places that I've never seen before, and that's it. Yeah, Saskatchewan. Yeah, I was mixing up Saskatchewan and Saskatoon in my head, but you know, I just want to see a lot of places that I've never been to, you know, and I'm with it. I ain't scared of weather or nothing like that. So, you know, I'll do hell. Send me to Nova Scotia. I've never been to Nova Scotia. I haven't even been to New Brunswick. I've gotten close, but never actually went there. So, you know, I want to see these different places. I've conquered America. That's how I feel. I've been there, done that. I went to 48 states in my first year as a driver. Let me expand, you know, and I feel like when it comes down to Prime, you know, the main reason I left, at least what I told them, really was, you know, culture and ethics. I ain't fucking with that no more. They too corporate. They're too. It's too you know, I don't say this in the sense of like trying to be disparaging towards them, but the way that they operate and the kind of person I am just don't mesh anymore, especially with, you know, the handful of people that I'm just not rocking with over there. And so I left with no notice. I ain't telling nobody I was quitting. I just turned the truck in and left, and came over here. But I have to see it all. I know I'm capable of much more, and so that's what I'm doing. I wanna exercise that. Like North America is a huge territory, and a lot of people mix up, you know, North America with U.S. Some people think it's, you know, but you know, I'm just capable of more. Catch up on these real quick. I live half an hour away from Halton Hills. Yeah, yeah. So you know what I'm talking about. Did they pull out the rubber glove? I didn't get fondled, but I'm sure they would have. No, they searched the truck. Oh, California Border Patrol is crazy. You talking about Border Patrol like down like San Diego? I don't know. Yes, it's a province. Okay, yeah, yeah, cool, cool, cool. But yeah, there's a lot of. I really want to see Alberta. I want to take a vacation in Banff, Alberta, one of these days. But I've seen pictures, I've seen videos. I gotta do that. I gotta do that one of these days. So I'm excited. We're gonna see what happens. I had to send off an application for a permit to Canada like yesterday, but that's for something different. Like I said, credentials. You gotta have your shit in a row, man. It's not a joke. Do you have to team to work there? I won't say you have to, but the opportunities for solo are very, very limited. Like where I live in Texas, but where I live is just outside of their hiring area for solo drivers. And plus, solos don't pay shit anyway, for real. What direction are you taking the channel? I honestly haven't decided. Haven't decided. I'll be honest. What I do, you have to maintain a certain level of secrecy. I'll put it like that. You can't give up locations. You can't really talk about certain routes. It all depends on what you're doing. But like this is shit you have to sign an NDA for, and that's why I'm being so vague because I did sign one. You can't. It's not like somebody who works for Swift who can just, yeah, I'm taking I-40 to this. I couldn't do it. I'm not gonna have my ass if I do that. Hold on, knocking at the door.
Would you be getting service today?
Nah, we're good.
Okay.
Appreciate you.
Thank you.
Hotel. But yeah, I haven't decided on that just yet. You know, doing like POV videos driving and shit like that. You know, I'm not gonna be doing that, but I don't want to stop making videos, but I value what I got going on. So, congrats. I appreciate you, No Hippie. Big love, man. But yeah, it's not normal. This is in a completely different lane, a different realm. They take things a lot more seriously. The workload is just different, but you do have to maintain, like, you know, you think being at Prime when you have like a level 5 high value load, it's basically that, but all the time. For the wake up. Nah, not in this city. I don't know none of what I'm. Mo, you know where I'm at. I ain't messing with nothing over here. They've been tripping at Prime. They have, dude. They came after me because I snapped on a student who has been harassing me for months, and I've been complaining about it. I ain't do nothing. As soon as I went on, what happened? You know, I went live and popped the fuck off, but they didn't like that. So they said some things to me, and I decided it wasn't worth it. So I ran for like 8 weeks. I was in the hole for like 8 weeks. It's no joke. As soon as I got out the hole, though, I got out of the hole in time to quit. Zeroed out the truck, and I came here. Salute, homie. Congrats on your level up. Yeah, you gotta make your next move your best move, bro. I didn't want to make a lateral move. You know, a lot of people went through what I went through. Would have went from like a Prime to a Schneider or something like that, and it's not paid. It's not worth it. Once my truck is paid off, I will make my mind up as to what I'm doing next. Hey, man, we might have to have a conversation. You might have to have a conversation, bro. Steer you in a different direction. See what that Canadian cat is like. Facts. They let the GD in the door. Oh God. Last stepper fat, yeah, for real. But yeah, no, there's no sense in moving from one mega carrier to another. They're all the same at the end of the day. Well, they got different terminal locations and stuff like that. You're gonna go over there, you're gonna make the same money regardless. Or you'll have certain weeks where the shop value is better. How many people went from Stevens to Prime because it went from flat rate to percentage, and they're like, oh, we make more. Well, you got weeks where you make more, but when you bring in expenses and all that stuff, usually by the end of the year, it typically balances out to about the same damn money. 2 trucks paid off, but may sell them. We'll see. You ever consider going into something specialized? You could get in on that. That might actually be worth it. Listen, I am, but I'm a company driver now. But I do know what like owner operators here make, and it's scary. It's quite scary. Like I don't think I could look at numbers like that and not act up. I know me. You give me $100,000, I'm acting a fool. Not saying that's what I make, but you know. No, I'm an underachiever. I respect your honesty. I respect it. I respect it, but you know, I think you can be convinced. That's why I love my Eastern European Chicago companies. Get that money on God. Gotta be driving. Yeah, I see. You know, one thing that is making me itch, and you know, my homeboy, he's going through the same thing. It's like we're still programmed by the regime. You know, he's struggling with it worse than me, but It's still programmed by the regime. So in our heads, we're sitting in this hotel room, been here for a couple of days now, and it's like, yo, I need to run, I need to run, I need to load, I need, like, I gotta go. And it don't work like that here. And for him, because he was teaming at Covenant, them cats was doing like 5, 6, 7,000 miles a week to make what we're just getting on a salary here to sit. So I'm really trying to get past that whole gotta run all the time mentality and really just accept the fact that, hey, relax. When it's time to work, it's time to work. When it's time to chill, enjoy it. I get the keys to the city next week. Willis, I don't know if I would trust you with no keys to no city, bro. You gonna be terrorizing all the biddies in there. You get that type of bag, you gonna be the blue flame. I'm not a big strip club dude, man. I've been to a few. I always feel trapped in there. It's a little too ratchet for my blood, though. My truck will be paid off soon. I'm gonna start looking, what should I do next? I'm gonna tell you that if you are anywhere that pulls general freight, look for something that is completely unorthodox and unfamiliar to you. That's what I did. Then again, it wasn't 100% unfamiliar. I know about this place, one, because good friends who put me on game some time ago, but I also had a student that trained him. He was with Prime for a year, and then he came here. So he's been in my ear for like 6, 7 months now, talking about, hey, yo, this was going on. This is what they doing. What do you need to come over here? So I referred him, and, I put like 3 names on the referral. I don't know if they took all 3, but I put like 3 names on it when I came here. So I didn't come in blind, but it's no different from when I went to Prime. I didn't go in blind. I was under the tutelage of Trucker Brown. So I knew what it was. It's hard to slow down. Been running on jet fuel for exactly. I got that itch. Like, I've been restless. That's why I've been going to like the hot tub every day. I'm like, yo, relax. Because I really do have it in me. Like, I got caffeine in my system right now, so I really got it in me where it's just like, I'm ready to knock out 650 freaking miles right now. And that's not how it works. Now, once we start running these loads over the next few days, it's going to be, we got to be on it. But again, that stops on Thursday. We're going to be sitting for a little while, more likely than not. Or we'll have to deadhead somewhere. And even that's just going to be chill. Nah, I'm getting more axles. Oh yeah, you do that oversized stuff. Want you to run teams with no shower breaks. LCR England is bananas, dog, man. I would run recaps for 2 months straight. That's no exaggeration. No exaggeration. The last 8 weeks that I was running with Prime, I did not stop. The only time I stopped was when they brought me in for a meeting, but that's a different story. Other than that, I didn't stop at all until I went home. Let's see if this bottle will hold this joint up a lid. Okay, cool. Yeah, I know I get to feed my addiction here, you know what I'm saying? Caffeine is a drug, whether you know that or not. And this joint got 4 shots of espresso in it, so yeah, I have a problem. But yeah, mega carriers, they serve a purpose. Realistically speaking, and TB said it best, a lot of these places, they are pulling people out of poverty. When I got into the game, I wasn't broke. Prime is about to get driver-facing cameras. This company has road-facing cameras. So I ain't hating. It's basically a dash cam. But yeah, see, it's stuff like that. I feel like the longer I was at Prime, the stupider they treated me, and I don't appreciate that, especially when I could do my job proficiently. I could count on one hand the number of mistakes I made, and most of them were in my first year. I ran through bad weather safely, never late. I had no service failures, but it's like they're just tightening the leash. Make sure you circle the delivery address and the temperature and initial. I never did, but they told me to. Make sure you do, and I get it. They're doing it because people keep messing up. So I'm not saying that from a place of screw y'all, I know what I'm doing. It's more like I know what I'm doing, and the people who don't need to be on like a short bus fleet. That's how I feel about it. I've never been a problem with stuff like that. I've never not gotten a load where it needed to be. I've never had, stupid claims. As far every claim that I've had was shit that had nothing to do with me. Whether a product was spoiled or, there was an overage, a shortage, stuff like that. It's never had anything to do with, oh, I set the wrong temperature. I've never had issues with that. The only time I almost did was a load that I took out of Laredo, and it went to Denver, PA. The bill said one thing, Prime told me do another. So it was saying, I think the temperature was like, if it happens, I'll just hypothetical numbers. The temperature was 34 degrees on that load, and Prime wanted me to run it at 28. But the bill said 34, right? So, to appease them, I ran it at 28. All the way up to the point where I got to the receiver. Now, I was familiar with this particular receiver, so I already knew they had stage parking just outside the security gate. So when I got there, I went up, showed them the paperwork, went back to the truck, and I bumped the temperature up to 34 after I had sent my arrival and all that. So all the fucking messages for the most part was stopped. Because they're checking. Once you pull up to that security, they are checking that temperature matches the bills. But them dumbasses, no, we run that at 28. No, well, they want this, right? So, of course, by the time I pull up to the security gate, it's at the temperature that matches the bills. They let me through, no problems. That's the closest I've ever had to having a claim like that, and it was their fault. Bro, you have to do something on when you left Prime. I already got a video for that. It's already up, it's just not public. The only reason I haven't posted is because I popped the fuck off, and I've been kind of back and forth on if I should make it live or if I should hold back on it, especially with what I'm doing now. My image is more important, and I don't want to look like a psychotic nigga, if that makes sense. Because I did go off, but, I went into detail about it. What are your thoughts on just getting your own truck and authority? I believe that if you can make it work, do it. I don't have no issue with no one who has their authority, but to get your own truck to pull freaking bacon, egg, and cheese sandwiches from McDonald's doesn't make sense to me. Reefer load schedules are crazy. Yeah, they are. Where is that? You're asking where that video is? It's on YouTube. It's just private. It's private and it's scheduled. It'll go out eventually. Or I'll redo it in a calmer manner and put that out. But they really upset me. They really freaking did, man. They really did. So the only thing I almost feel kind of bad about is when I quit, I didn't warn my dispatcher. Because my dispatcher was cool. Yeah, I know he was disappointed that I left, But I couldn't tell him because I needed things to go a certain way. Which meant I couldn't tell him. Because if I told him and he's a part of the company and word starts to spread, then I lose access to the terminal because my card, as soon as I said that I was done there, card stopped working immediately. That's why I didn't say anything. I still needed access. Plus, I was charging shit to the truck before I left too. I'm like, shit, screw y'all. It's my money anyway. I'm buying cases of water and all that stuff. They sent me a bill, but yeah, I got the money. Pay it. The escrow, it was less. It's less than the security deposit and much less than what they had in that lease completion money. They can pay that. I'm not about to cut a check for nothing. Matter of fact, I could tell you just how much the bill was in a second. This is, yes. The bill was $4,203.11. I'm not about to pay it. I've been in the industry for 6 years as a company drummer. I'll pass on that owner op stuff. I believe if you're gonna go owner operator, it has to be at a higher level than mega carrier stuff. It's like, you got a lot of owner ops, well, lease purchase ops, whatever you want to call them, at Prime. And, the term on that is like 3 years. So if you're gonna go 3 years, get the truck paid off, and then go do something else that makes more sense, I'm not upset about that. But staying there, absolutely not. Like, absolutely not. But if you get a truck and you go into like doing oversized stuff, just for example, that's different. That's different because now it's more niche. I think if you're gonna take ownership of the business aspect of things, you have to be a bit more niche in what it is that you're doing. You can't own the responsibility and still do what everyone else is doing. You have to be a bit more unorthodox. That's my opinion. Will Burner, what up, dog? How you doing? How you feeling? I've avoided major companies my whole career. It's less stressful. Listen, I'm not upset with Prime necessarily. It's just a handful of people that I don't like. So I'm not mad I started there. It was a great. I would still tell people it's a great company to go to. You getting in the game, go get your CDL with them. They'll feed you, they'll house you, they'll take good care of you. Plus, part of why I left is because I believe they value the students more than the actual drivers, more so than the actual more than the freaking trainers and stuff. That's just how I feel personally. And I wasn't having it. I got to a point where I don't want to work for a company that has a school attached to it anymore. So if you go on the terminal over here, it's nice and quiet. It's peace and quiet. People are just chilling. They're doing their job. The cats in the office, they're doing that. They talk shit. Like, you might talk to somebody at Prime and they'll be like, gee, Willigers, gosh darn it. You walk in the office over here, they really just like, nah, fuck that shit. We ain't doing that. They talk like people. When I call, this is the craziest thing. This is what really got me. I'll make a call to anybody, and I'm so prepared to give them my truck number. As soon as they answer the phone, hey, Tariq, how can I help you? Now, I know motherfuckers got caller ID and stuff like that, but that does make a huge difference. That humanity aspect of things. They're not afraid to talk their shit. Just do your job, be safe. Don't sexually harass anybody. You're good. I've always had my truck on with smaller carriers. It seems to work well for me. Yeah, exactly. So you got to think, Prime was a company with like 10,000 trucks. Now here it's more like 500-ish. It's much, much smaller. My current company got bought out by a bigger outfit. was my cue to bounce. Now I'm still here until my trade program starts, and then I'm out. I respect it. Like a mega carrier for a mid-sized company to drive a truck that can go the speed limit. I'm still governed, but given the nature of what I'll be hauling, I'm not mad. I'm not mad at all. I'm still faster than 65. A little bit faster. But you know, when you when you're hauling things that can leave scars in Mother Nature, you don't want to act too much. Act too much a fool. Yeah, 45 is tiny. .45 is tiny. That's hard. Okay. So that was my co-driver. Just called, man. I ain't answering. Just texting him back. Dude has my car. So I'm thinking explosives and acids. Both of those are on the table where I'm at. Plus a whole lot of other crazy shit. So you know what's crazy is as far as hazmat goes, explosives are not hard to deal with. Once you once you get past the mental block of this shit can explode, it's much easier to deal with than, you know, fucking with oxidizers, and you got mixed loads with like dangerous when wet. That's what, 4.3. You got a little bit of class 8 in there, corrosives, and then miscellaneous, which is exempt from placarding unless you have bulk. So, no, explosives are very easy. If you have a mix of, say, 1.1 and then you got 1.4s, you only have to placard for the most dangerous, which is 1.1. So, you have 1.5s on that joint. 1.5s, you know, shouldn't even stress that. But no, it's all a mental thing. I am more afraid of, we'll say, class 6 than I am explosives. Class 6 is poison. I'm good with hazmat. I used to say the same thing. It's a lot. Hazmat is tedious. That's about the best thing I could say about it. It's tedious. You have to be very meticulous about certain things, but it's not impossible to figure out. Like I said, it's a lot of paperwork. That's really it. A lot of companies don't like. A lot of companies they'll haul hazmat, but like, you know, we'll say Prime's hazmat loads for example. Only placards I've ever seen there would be like a class 2, maybe no, a flammable, maybe a flammable liquid, or a non what was it? A non-flammable gas. Those are the only placards I've ever seen there. Radioactive doesn't scare you. I ain't messing with that shit right now. But no, it doesn't. None of it does. If radioactive is packaged properly and you follow certain guidelines, you shouldn't worry about it. No, at all. How's leasing working out for you? I don't lease anymore. Not anymore. I gave up leasing not because it wasn't working out for me, but because I wanted to get some experience in a different realm, and messing with a lot of the specialized stuff that I'm doing. There's a lot of risk. So I want to learn as much as I can with it before I would leasing. I would go back to leasing if I could. I can't justify it right now. That's all. Have to detour around most cities. You have to take routes that make sense. So say if you're going from, I'll just give you an example. Say if you are going from Baltimore to Columbus, just throw a random city out there. Instead of taking the PA Turnpike like most people would take, you probably gonna end up taking like I-68 and go through the National Freeway across that way to like I-79, back up to 70 that way. And you would do that to avoid all the tunnels on 76 that are restricted anyway. My mentor used to haul loads that require an armed guards on board. Yeah, that's a thing. That is a thing. It'd be on guard, escort stuff. Have you guys ever seen a nuclear transport? I mean, like for a nuclear bomb. I-68 is terrible. It is terrible, but that would be the hazmat route to take. So if you guys know anything, I'm only speaking on this because this is common knowledge and I've seen it before. Like, this is stuff you could find on the internet. So the way they would transport a nuclear bomb, you would have a modified truck, bulletproof, all that crazy shit. I've only ever seen this in Wyoming, actually. You'll have a police escort, like 4 squad cars. You'll have a bunch of armored vehicles in front of it. That's military, guns on top and all. Then behind them, more armored trucks, more police, and 2 helicopters following that whole shit. It is the wildest thing. And then I don't even remember seeing a radioactive placard on it, but I think it was some serious shit. And I've only seen that once. I've only ever seen with my own eyes one time. And then we're going the opposite direction of me. I wanted nothing to do with that, man. You see something like that, stay away. Get out of their way. Oh my God. Oh my God. I don't even know what kind of bread they pay for that. But that's got to be one of those things where you can't ask to do it. They got to seek you out. Like, hey, yo, we need this done. Like, oh my God. I've only ever seen it one time. And I didn't know what it was until I was scrolling through TikTok one day and I seen a video and they were explaining, like, hey, these are how nuclear bombs are transported in America. And I was like, that's what that was? They're only in the North Rocky states. Yeah, they're coordinated out of Albuquerque, but you're more likely to see that kind of thing out of like Nevada than anything, which made sense because I was on I-80. Going full speed, and then nothing would happen to it. And nothing would happen to it. If somebody did manage to break in, they got like some type of foam thing that'll stick you to the ground. If the wrong truck connects to the trailer, the axles blow up, so you can't pull it. It's they're not playing a lot of that shit. That's not. Somebody mentioned DOD earlier. That's well above DOD. I'm not even gonna kid with you. I don't even have DOD. Yeah, it just bounces. Yeah, it's like dragging a giant metal sarcophagus. It's not a joke. I'm reading comments right now. Somebody had commented, "Who are you with?" I'm not. If I want, okay, this is the thing that people gotta understand. If I wanted to say who I work for, I would. Not gonna do that. But somebody asked, "What makes it a secret?" And then said, "Is it a company that they would like people would basically clown me for?" It's quite the opposite. That's Department of Energy stuff. Yeah, that's a completely different clearance. And it's not one that you can apply for just directly. There's levels you have to go through to get that, and then basically you have to be invited, for lack of better terminology. So it's not normal. It's not normal at all. Not normal whatsoever. So, but anyway, somebody was asking me earlier about the process of like how I got my hazmat. So ELDT, you have to have a red card. I don't even know what a red card is. It's none of our business who you drive for. They wild now. Yeah, no. The only reason I won't say is because people like to hate, and I have already made a name for myself here accidentally. I did not mean to do that, but they all know who I am, like from the CEO down to just recruiting and management stuff like that. They all know who I am. So there's a certain level of responsibility that comes with that. And I'm not going to bring any negative attention to them, you know. But anyway, a red card allows you on nuclear power plant priorities. Yeah. Oh yeah. Okay. Okay. Yeah, it's top secret shit. I don't. I don't know what I don't know. You know. Anyway, ELDT. So the ELDT course I took for the hazmat was through CDL Direct. It was $100. Most people can knock it out in about anywhere between 3 days and a week. I'm psychotic. I did it in one night. You don't have to do that, but I did it in one night. It took about 6 hours. You have to do that before they'll even let you test because it goes into their system. They give you a certificate, but it goes into the DMV system because your results are attached to your license. When you go to take that test, they're going to ask you if you completed that course. You cannot lie. They will know if you're lying. It takes multiple interviews. Yeah, they do. The government doesn't play. If you think they don't know, they do. They do. I find it strange. I get notifications when I go live. I get emails for myself when I go live. That's so weird. But yeah, no, they will pick you apart. When you're moving up in the world of trucking, the more secretive you get, the more you have to divulge. And I have learned recently why a lot of people don't expose a lot of the information that's out there. Because I was just having this conversation with my dog last night. There are a lot of people who are saying trucking is dead and no, there ain't no money to be made in here or whatever. And I'm like, no, that's them. That's you. That's, of course, there's nowhere to be made because you have the same credentials as a rookie. Yeah, you might have, 10, 20 years of experience, but when you look into your wallet, your files and stuff like that, you take me for example, I've had a tanker endorsement and a TWIC card since I got my CDL. Well, tanker endorsement when I got the license, 2 weeks later I had a TWIC card. 10 years in the game and that's still all you have, yeah, it's probably not gonna work out. And I'm not even saying that to sound better than anybody, because I'm not. But you could do more, and a lot of these people just aren't doing more, and that's the problem. That's nobody's fault but your own. So at the same time, finding information when it comes to like more specialized companies, specialized freight and stuff like that isn't easy to come by. It's almost one of those things where it's like you have to know the right person. It's the process on the TWIC card. What's the process on the TWIC card? I don't remember, to be honest with you. I think I went to the TWIC office, This Prime has a TWIC office. Just went to the TWIC office. All I remember, I think it was like an application. They take your fingerprints. They sent it off. It takes like 2 weeks to come back. Which, okay, brings me back to the whole hazmat situation. So after you finish the ELDT, you go to DPS. I'm saying DPS because I live in Texas, but you go to DPS. You have to fill out a hazmat application. It's a lot of paperwork. You're basically applying for a new license and all that stuff. After that, take the test. You have to score, what is it, like an 80? I scored a 90 on that test and a 95 on the ELDT. So once you pass that, they're gonna give you like this card with some information. It's got like a little code on it. Use that code to go online and apply for your Identigo fingerprints, because that stuff has to get sent to like TSA. The FBI has to make sure your fingerprints have never been associated with a certain crime or any crime for that matter. It takes a few weeks, you get the license. And it'll have like a, if you have Tanker, it'll have an X endorsement on it. Good, Phoenix, how you been? I've been chilling, dog. I'm chilling now. You know, I've been blessed and highly favored is how I'm feeling lately. You know, I'm appreciative. I really am. I need a twig. Yeah, you should probably get that. You should. Mine expires next year. But it's not, I think it was like $120, $140, something silly like that. It wasn't a lot of money. Not at all. But anyway, overall, so the ELDT course cost me $100. The fingerprints was another $75. And the test, I think, was $11. It was $11 for the test. So I spent all that, and then I spent $50 in gas to put in my car. When I came here, all that shit got reimbursed. So basically, I did it all for free. What up, nigga? I'm on live. That's how I'm on live. It's my co-driver walking in. Never had a twig. My hazmat expired, but I only used it a couple of times. It's still good to have those credentials. Course name again? CDL Direct. Thank you. Who did you do your ELDT with?
Brother, I had it long before that class.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, he did it the smart way. He got all his endorsements before the regulations changed. I did my ELDT through, like, if you Google CDL Direct, that's what I took. Actually, I have a way of showing them the certificate. No, that's for my LLC documents. Here it is.
I'm gonna be going back to that. I went to go get some shampoo and stuff for my hair. I'm gonna be going back to that Sally's Beauties. Not only
Next to Target?
huh?
Next to Target?
Yeah, because there's a girl in there that's bad. Hey, 4.3.
Word. I support it. I support it.
Hey, and guess what the address of the, well, I don't want to give away my secrets.
Hold on.
I'm just saying.
Oh shit. Anyway, sorry about that. The private conversation. That was a certificate, but you see it says on the top, CDL Direct. So it attaches to your license, and then you can go to the DMV. They'll know if you completed it or not.
I knew I feel the reason why I shouldn't have drove that truck on the highway. This was here.
Yeah, you'd have fucked up.
Yeah. Yeah.
I never had Twig has. Oh yeah, I read that. Course name again. The Tanker endorsement never expires, as far as I know. No, Tanker doesn't expire. Tanker don't expire. Triples and doubles don't expire either, do it? Yeah, those don't. It's only hazmat. Hazmat you have to redo every 5 years, but I think you only have to take the ELDT once. So, depending on when you get it, at least in Texas, like say if you've had your license for 3 years and then you add hazmat, then it's gonna expire in 2. So mine expires at the end of next year when I have to renew my license. When I go back, I'll have to retake the test and all that. And I'll get a new license and I'll have a fresh 5 years. So it's not difficult, to be honest with you. The course, honestly, it was a bitch. But I think it was more, it just took forever. That's it. If you take the course and you download like CDL Prep on your phone, the app, and you take the practice test 4 or 5 times, whatever, you'll do fine. Listen, I only missed, 2 questions when I took the actual test. Excuse me. I missed 2 when I took the actual test, and then the course has a test at the end of it. I only missed 1. Hi, brother. What's popping with you, dog? Yeah, but anyway, no, I highly recommend everybody has endorsements. You do not want to be out here with the credentials of a motherfucker fresh out of Warner Trucking School, you know what I'm saying? CR England Academy. You do not want to be on that level. You need to, the more you have, the more it separates you. That's what makes you valuable. Where are you from? I'm from Texas. It's, when you have the credentials, it makes you more valuable, and then that puts you in a realm of dealing with companies that find it harder to replace you. This is why mega carriers tend to treat people like shit, because they know if they lose you, they're gonna have a bus full of new niggas coming in. They don't care. When you get into the realm of anything that's more niche, I'll say, well, I can't replace you like that. They could get rid of you. Where else are they going to find somebody else who has tanker, hazmat, experience, safe experience, no tickets, triples, doubles, you know? Hell, he's got more credentials than I do. Truthfully. Credentials on one thing, but experience and references make a huge difference when working for yourself. I agree. I do agree. So, and you know, to his point, I only know about what I'm doing now because I know people. I know people. That's one piece of the pie. I have the credentials to do it. That's another. You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? So your track record has to speak for you as well. Van and reefer require no special endorsement and are the 2 most common freight types, which makes them the most volatile. Because if they're the 2 most common freight types, that means they're going to have the most drivers. And if there's the most drivers, there's the most potential for rates to fluctuate. This is why we're in a downturn now, which is only normal. Trucking usually is in like 4-year cycles, to be honest with you. So we had a really big uptick and then boom. But the people who are suffering the most are the people who are doing the generalized stuff. You see what I'm saying? So if you can separate yourself from that and become more niche, it's usually more stable. And that's not to hate on anybody who's doing it. I'm speaking about that because no one else is going to, but there's only but so much I can say. It's a puppy mill. No, exactly. I'm not a driver. I'm coming from a construction industry viewpoint. Still blue collar. So I think the same logic relatively applies. The same logic relatively does apply, so. I believe, maybe I ain't gonna say a police officer. Name another blue collar, because I've done a lot of blue collar shit.
Hmm?
He was talking about like the swings on the market and stuff like that. Somebody had mentioned that van and reefer are the most common freight types. I'm saying that them being the most common is what makes them the most volatile.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's the potential. You can make some money, you can lose a lot of it too.
Because
The more niche you are, he's speaking from a construction viewpoint. I've done construction, I know how it is. But
you got to think about it. The more people that can do it, the lower the rate is for you. Like overall, it's always going to be lower.
yeah,
So when the market goes down, you are already not, making a certain amount. You already. It's kind of like working paycheck to paycheck. You already work paycheck to paycheck. That's it.
I agree. Because a lot of the problem that we're having now when it comes to general freight is you got these, I'm not going to say it like that, but you have a lot of individuals who are coming here who are willing and capable to pull that stuff for less.
Yeah.
And if it becomes too common, like, oh, I'll take this load for $1.20 a mile when it used to go for $4.
Mm-hmm.
But now they know, oh, there's a dumbass out there that pull this shit for $1. Why would I charge? Why would I pay more?
Or they're not, and this is just what it is, or they're not technically legally allowed to do it. Because I've seen people, what they'll do is they'll buy a truck, they'll bring their family member over from a different country, have their family member drive their truck. They don't have no credentials.
Mm-hmm.
They haven't done anything, and they can have them work for like $7.50 an hour.
And
It's the most money they've ever seen in their life.
yeah, exactly.
So,
Exactly the point. That's not going on this side of things, though. That's the point that I'm making. You have to be more niche. If you want to survive, you have to separate yourself from the rest.
yeah. And even in that, your company, my company, it was more of a threat to get rid of you than it was to keep you. So, yeah, they're gonna treat you like crap. They don't want you, but they'd be jacked up without you. So
Exactly. Do what they can to make you feel good. Y'all gotta understand, bro. When I quit, I got an email from my company asking me why I quit. His company called him 40 times and counting. So yeah, we don't want you here, but fuck, kind of need you. Van and reefer require no. Let me catch up. I see y'all talking. In my experience, the guys that have the college trade school experience in most trades, carpet plumbing, HVAC, etc., have to spend as much time in the industry to start a company as well. And without, yeah, trucking is by far my favorite trade that I've done because I've done HVAC, I've done construction, hated it. Used to work on cars, hated it. Hated it. Maybe I just like trucking because I ain't got no kids though. But where we're at, we'll be home a lot more often anyway. We're about to run for like 5 weeks and then we're gonna take 2 weeks off. So, and then we're gonna go out for another 3, take another week off, and then we're gonna go out another 5. Yeah, it was another 5, and we're gonna take 2 weeks off. So, nothing major. Large company with plenty of work is another good idea if the contracts make yes, but a company like that is also more likely to give the great loads to the company drivers. And that honestly, so if you're gonna work with a company, if you're gonna lease onto a company that also has company drivers, it has to be something that, like I said, is niche, specialized and stuff, because the difference in what those drivers are pulling versus what you're making is negligible. Who cares? But when you're with a mega carrier, if they have a $4 a mile load versus $2, and there's a company driver here, and then you're there, who's getting that load?
And I don't want to interject too much, and I will say about specialized freight, you're more likely to get, as an owner operator, that high dollar freight because they're not going to give it to a company driver because you don't have as much at stake when it's something that's that high value.
Yeah.
That's basically what they were telling us in class. Like, hey,
This is exactly what it is. There's the expectation that the people who have ownership in their business are gonna take care of it more nonetheless. Whereas niggas like us, we get paid either. I'm gonna get my check.
right.
You know, they're making more, but a fuck up could cost them $250,000.
Right.
So, you know, it's different. It is different. You gotta have more responsibility to make more, but you know, you are risking a lot more. Have a hands-on experience with industry preference from companies you've subcontracted for or private customers make a huge difference. Agreed. Cents high. As a mechanic, it's not good money unless you're a diesel tech or you do electrical work. Yeah, no, I agree. I got certified to work on like Hondas and Honda and Nissan. I didn't like it. Never said that before, huh? Yeah, I used to do that. Hondas, Nissan, and I worked for Toyota at one point, but I was in sales for that. Staying 1099. Nope, W2. W2 salary. Salary plus bonuses, my guy. As a driver, it must be hard as hell to start your own company, buying and maintaining the fleet. Trucks are volatile, dude. Ray David, what's poppin'? I'm a one truck owner. You about to leave again?
Let's go get some more stuff out of the car.
Bet. I'm a one truck owner and I will never expand my fleet. I'm content with just me. Yeah, so if it's just you that you worrying about, you could pivot and move as you see fit. And we came over here, we intended to do flatbed, but we can't get on that fleet for 6 months. 6 months.
Yes, in months, but I mean, technically, we do everything.
We do it all. I mean, if they want to strap a tanker to the truck and say yank this bitch across the country, we'll do it. We have endorsements. I've never pulled a legit tanker, but I pulled tanker loads. But you know, we'll see. Is that right? Yeah. I'm teaming with my homeboy. That's who we out here in the background. Is the they asked me if the Kenworth keyless entry. Man, y'all, I wish, man. Don't my heart broken giving up a Zula like that, man. Some regular pedestrian driving there.
Got a fob, but it ain't opening up the truck.
Shh, I don't need to know about that. I don't gotta know about that.
Prime.
We got a fob for different purposes. I found a small carrier with niche freight. Very happy for many years. Yeah, that's what we doing. You know you don't joke with the keyless. Nah, I'm back to being a peon. You know, we stick keys in doors to unlock them. You know what I'm saying? The fob that I have is for, you know, special use cases, but it's not unlocking the truck. Some of your loads are not hazmat. Some of them are, most of them are not. A lot of it, most of it's hazmat. A lot of it is international hazmat. No, same deal. I'm not going to Mexico. We'll bring shit to the border. Somebody else will do it, but no. U.S. and Canada all day. I guess I'm a subcontractor, basically. Yeah, when you lease onto a company, you're a subcontractor. I think that's how that works. I think an independent contractor is somebody, if you have like your authority or whatever, and you have your own contracts, like you go out, you get a contract running, you know, from Fort Worth to Denver, for example, and that's your contract. You're an independent contractor. But leasing on, like being an owner op or a lease operator and leasing on to a company that has freight, subcontracting. It's no different from like people who go to Prime. What I was doing wasn't leasing, it was subleasing. When you look at the paperwork for that truck, that shit ain't in my name. That's their truck. They'll tell you, oh no, it's not your truck. If it was an actual lease, the paperwork would say it's yours, but it doesn't. You just have financial responsibility of their asset. If they wanted to say if the company went bankrupt tomorrow and they needed to recruit, that ain't your truck, they taking it. I haul to all the same customers most of the time. Yeah. User, I'm here to hate. Who isn't? I get a lot of that. I get a lot of hate. A lot of people hate me. That, you know what's amazed me is being at this company, no one has hated on a lot of, I used to catch, I still do. I catch a lot of flack from, older people. And y'all remember the whole series when I was going off on the old head, really the super truckers, but a lot of older guests know it. I have an APU. You have a newer APU. It's got like a digital control panel. I'm pretty sure that's the APU with the fucking it has a DPF filter on it. We'll see how that goes, but it's a 2024 Kenworth. I've seen you in other truckers chat a bunch of times. Yeah, I'm all over the place. Anyway, I used to catch a lot of hate from like a lot of older people and stuff like that. Over here, they're not doing that. They chilling. They've actually been like, shoot, I wish I found this place at your age and stuff like that. Why are you speaking that gibberish about leasing when you said leasing is the way to go? I never said leasing was a bad thing. I'm not saying leasing is the way to go or not. I'm saying the reason I'm not leasing now is because I'm doing specialized stuff and I want to learn. Once I know what I'm doing, I'm comfortable with it, I would be willing to take on that responsibility. Hazmat responsibility is no joke. And it's all new to me, so I'll take the salary and chill for a little bit. I just got a newer truck with an APU. Thermo King only charged me $570 for a Freon charge and a new belt. I think that's what happened with that APU. All that? Just this?
Load information.
Oh. That's probably what happened with, when I turned that purple truck in, the APU wouldn't work in AC. Probably Freon. Someone said I was talking gibberish about leasing. I never said not to lease. In fact, I would rather be leasing, but take a step back and learn. I'm back to being a student. That's the biggest thing. I'm back. I'm a student now. I'm not the teacher. So.
And then too, you gotta learn how to team with another person.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I've been a teacher for years now. Now I'm teaming with my friend. You got to figure out that dynamics a lot. So you failed your lease contract? No, I walked away from it. I never failed shit. Failed. Yeah, this guy really is here to hate. I walked into a new realm. I went and got a deal that I know for a fact Prime would never offer me. So I walked away. Wasn't worth it to stick it out. You gotta put it to you like this, bro. We sitting in this hotel room. We ain't leaving till what, tomorrow afternoon, evening? We chilling. So it don't make a difference. If the money isn't right, then look for a better situation. It's what I always do. I agree. You have to be willing to pivot. You can't get complacent. Now, obviously, these companies are going to sit here and be like, no, we'll stick around. Things are going to change. They're going to keep saying that. I've been hearing that for like a year straight, and every time they say it, it gets worse. So why keep beating a dead horse? Lucky I'm driving out. We on ahead next live. I will be, but keep grinding, stay safe. Of course. Who's got night shifts? We have not figured that out just yet. I know I don't want to necessarily do like straight nights, but I know the midnight to midnight thing, or like 12 to 12, people like to do. That doesn't work necessarily. I prefer to run like anywhere between 2 and 4 in the morning into the afternoon and switch out. Both people get like a certain amount of, like, it's you get a certain amount of daylight and stuff like that, whatever works, but we'll figure it out. Because I'm flexible, I could do whatever, really. But yeah, overall, I mean, we relaxing. So you gotta be mindful. You gotta think, man. A lot of these companies, if you're not working for them, they'll cut you. So if they're not working for you, why would you stay? You just gotta look at it that way. Ooh, the sunshine light. But I mean, shoot. With that being said, I'm about to hop up off of here. I gotta chill. I got some paperwork and stuff I gotta do. And get ready. So I appreciate y'all for stopping in, man. I know it's been a while. Can't make promises on making more videos and stuff like that. Like I said, I have to work, so we'll see what I could do. If not, I might go live more often, periodically, just tap in and stuff like that. So appreciate y'all bearing with me, checking in, all that good stuff. And I will get at y'all later.